Disclaimer. This content is for educational and entertainment purposes only. It is not intended as professional psychological advice, diagnosis, or treatment. If you're experiencing manipulation or abuse, please contact appropriate professional services. They're lying straight to your face, and these subtle signs always give them away. Research shows the average person lies multiple times per day, and most lies go undetected. Lying is deeply woven into everyday social interaction, from small white lies to serious deception. But while words can be controlled, the human brain and body often betray the truth. Liars unconsciously display specific behavioral patterns because deception creates stress, cognitive overload, and emotional conflict. In this video, I'll teach you 10 reliable psychological and behavioral signs that someone is lying to you. These indicators are used by investigators, psychologists, and behavioral analysts. When you know what to look for, deception becomes much harder to hide. Let's expose the truth. Point 1. Too much detail. Ironically, liars often say far more than necessary. When people tell the truth, they naturally share only relevant information. Their memory flows organically. Liars, however, overcompensate. They add unnecessary specifics in an attempt to sound convincing and credible. They'll mention irrelevant details like what they ate, the exact time down to the minute, background noise, or unrelated events. Details you never asked for and that don't actually support their story. This happens because liars usually rehearse their story in advance. They mentally prepare details and feel the need to use them all. In their mind, more information equals more believability, but in reality, it often does the opposite. Example. You ask where they were. A truthful answer. I was at the store. A likely lie. I was at the store, the one on 5th Street with the red sign. I parked near the entrance. It was around 3:15 or maybe 3:20, and the parking lot was pretty full. That unnecessary detail is often a red flag. Point 2. Defensive reactions. Truthful people usually remain calm when questioned. Even if they feel hurt, they still answer directly. Liars, on the other hand, often react with immediate defensiveness or aggression. They may raise their voice, become emotional, or accuse you of being unfair. Common phrases include, "How dare you question me? I can't believe you don't trust me. Why would you even think that?" This behavior serves two purposes. First, it intimidates you into backing down. Second, it shifts attention away from the original question. Suddenly, the focus is no longer on their behavior, it's on your lack of trust. Truthful people answer the question. Liars attack the question itself. The stronger the defensiveness, the more likely there's something being hidden. Point 3. Inconsistent stories. Truth remains stable because it actually happened. Lies collapse under pressure. When someone lies, they invent details on the spot. If asked again later, their story subtly changes. Times shift. Locations change. People appear or disappear from the narrative. A psychological principle explains this clearly. Real memories are stored holistically. We can recall them in any order. Fabricated stories are stored like a script. Disrupt the sequence, and the lie starts to unravel. Try this test. Ask them to tell the story backward. Truthful people may hesitate but can do it. Liars struggle because they memorize the story in one direction only. Also watch for contradictions with verifiable facts, messages, timestamps, social media activity. Reality always leaves evidence. Point 4. Vocal changes. Lying causes stress, and stress affects the voice. When people lie, their vocal pitch often rises slightly due to tightened vocal cords. Speech patterns may change dramatically. Some liars speak too fast, trying to escape the moment. Others slow down, carefully choosing each word to avoid mistakes. You may also hear throat clearing, coughing, excessive swallowing, or sudden pauses. These are signs of dry mouth caused by the body's stress response. Another strong indicator is repeating the question before answering. Where were you? Where was I? I was. That repetition buys time while the brain constructs the lie. Point 5. Avoiding commitment language. Truthful people speak directly. Liars create linguistic escape routes. Instead of saying, "I didn't do it," they say, "I don't think I did," or "not that I remember." These phrases provide plausible deniability. Liars also distance themselves linguistically. They avoid first-person pronouns. Instead of, "I didn't take it," they say, "That didn't happen." Watch for excessive honesty claims like, "Honestly, I swear, to tell you the truth." When honesty needs constant reinforcement, it's often missing. Point 6. Physical discomfort. Lying increases cognitive load and anxiety, which shows physically. Common signs include shifting weight, touching the face, adjusting clothes, playing with objects, or sudden rigidity. These are called displacement behaviors, the body's way of releasing stress. Interestingly, some liars freeze completely, believing stillness equals honesty. But unnatural stillness is just as revealing as excessive movement. Always compare behavior to their normal baseline. Sudden change is the key indicator. Point 7. Timing delays. Genuine emotions appear instantly. Fake ones are delayed. Liars often show a noticeable pause before reacting emotionally because they must decide what emotion to display. This delay can be less than a second, but it's there. Watch for mismatched timing between words and facial expressions. Also notice prolonged eye contact after answering. Liars often stare longer than normal, trying to convince you. Micro-expressions, brief flashes of real emotion, often leak through before the mask goes up. Point 8. Aggressive deflection. Instead of answering, liars redirect. They accuse you, question your motives, or bring up unrelated issues. Psychologists call this DARVO: deny, attack, reverse victim and offender. Truthful people may feel hurt, but they still address the concern. Liars create chaos to avoid accountability. Point 9. Overacting emotions. Real emotions are subtle and proportional. Fake emotions are theatrical. Liars often overperform: louder anger, exaggerated sadness, forced laughter. Because they're not feeling the emotion, they perform what they think it should look like. Fake emotions appear suddenly and disappear just as fast. Real emotions rise and fall naturally and involve the entire body. Point 10. The confession slip. Maintaining a lie is mentally exhausting. Sometimes the truth leaks out. This can happen through slips of the tongue, accidental admissions, or poorly phrased denials like, "Why would I steal from you?" instead of, "I didn't steal." These errors reveal internal conflict between truth and deception. Even experienced liars make mistakes. You now know the 10 most reliable signs someone is lying to you. Remember, never rely on a single indicator. Deception reveals itself through patterns, clusters, and context. Have you ever caught someone lying using these signs? Share your story in the comments below. I read every comment and love hearing from you. If this video helped you, hit that like button and subscribe for more psychology content that protects you from manipulation. Next up, I'll reveal the dark psychology tactics narcissists use in relationships. This is essential knowledge for anyone who's dealt with a toxic person. Click that notification bell so you don't miss it. This content is intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. It is not professional psychological advice, therapy, or medical guidance. The information presented is based on psychological research and principles but should not replace consultation with licensed mental health professionals. If you are experiencing abuse, manipulation, or mental health concerns, please contact National Domestic Violence Hotline, 1-800-799-7233. Crisis Text Line. Text HOME to 741741, your local mental health services. The creator and channel are not responsible for any actions taken based on this information.